It wasn't just being about. It wasn't just being about black. It's about protecting the neighborhood. It wasn't a gang, and it turned into a gang.
Turned into a gang.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, first of all, the media started calling us gang, and that's what happened.
When did it turn into a gang?
When the media said it was.
When the media said
like
it wasn't a gang.
When we designed it, it never was designed to be no gang.
We was like a social club. You know, the black guys is a gang, and the white guys is a social club. No?
Oh yeah.
Right.
We got motorcycle, we're a motorcycle gang, and they a motorcycle club. Different.
Big difference. Anytime a black man standing for himself, the titles become way different. That can go into any white man's neighborhood, and they can come outside and they can patrol their neighborhood. They become neighborhood watch.
Yeah.
We become thugs when we do it.
Yeah,
which is crazy to me.
To the neighborhood.
We become thugs just for protecting ourselves and our rights.
Right.
And that's the whole thing about that. Remember, before all that, Bobby Seale, Huey Newton, them started protecting it and guarding their own family and friends. And we just try to base our thing behind that philosophy and Malcolm and Elijah, Nation Islam. So, each one teach one, and each one protect one. And so, you used to go out of the community, you used to always get beat up. Or running home because your life is in danger, because you just want liberty, freedom, like everybody else, but you couldn't do that. Most of the time, it was they call it jungle bunnies, what's that?
Calling us Munyans.
Munyan. They call us jungle bunny, spear chuckers, all kinds of stuff.
Police used to even run up on us and you spear chuckers got knives on you, we check for knives. All blacks carry blacks carry knives. You're from Africa.
We didn't have a first name. Our first name was come here, boy.
Or nigga.
A nigga, yeah.
What you niggas doing out here?
What your boys are doing out here?
And where you boys headed to? School, motherfucker? Just like I always go to school right now. Oh yeah, you boys go to school. And then we used to catch hell in school. You gotta understand, when we went to school, I guess around in this neighborhood, we broke the divide. They wasn't used to no black. All this was white neighborhood.
Right.
So when we got here, it was the first for everybody. It was the first for us and the first for them too, but they wasn't used to us. They were not used to us. Even in school, we got a raw deal.
Would you say y'all was the first blacks in the Bronx to fight back?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely, without question. If it wasn't for us fighting Bronx, the Bronx wouldn't be what it was right now. Half these people going wherever they go, wouldn't be able to be going where they going. That's for sure. That's for sure. We demanded respect on that aspect. That's why we did all this, because we couldn't go nowhere. We wasn't.
Yeah, remember what they tried to do? They tried to, as they put us in here, they tried to get us out of here. That's why all the landlords that was burning their buildings and abandoning them. That's why they had that story. The Bronx is burning.
Right.
Believe me, we stopped some of that. Man had to do something to stop us from, rioting it, because it was like crazy. They didn't want what happened to whites happen here.
Yeah, out of fear. And they said we might have been the most vicious and the most dangerous, but that was for freedom fighting, not for the phase of just going to beat people up. We just grew. No doubt we was the biggest, and they said we the most vicious. Yeah, maybe we were, but we were standing up for our rights. They don't want to add that in. They saying we the most vicious, like we just went around ramping on people for nothing, and that wasn't the purpose.
Right.
That was not the purpose.
Right.
We didn't take shit off the public, the city police, or nobody else. So then we got to start getting they violent.
But the second generation did.
The second generation.
Second generation turned the liberated army that we call ourselves, like we was like liberating ourselves from being
depressed,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the second wave took it to a different level, and that's why most of the older guys are still older guys. And the second wave of guys, they in jail or dead.
So you saying that the spades that came after y'all didn't have a philosophy? They didn't carry on the true meaning.
They did not.
Right.
They didn't have the concept of. They thought they was a straight up gang. They knew they was the biggest gang in New York City and other places. So they took it to that extreme, but that wasn't the same way they did this. They didn't even know. You know what? It went on so bad. Everybody just know they wanted to be a spade, and they didn't even know why.
Yeah. He was joining in on the wine.
When would you say it lost its meaning? The spades lost the original meaning. What years?
When the president changed hands.
What was that, like 74, 75?
73, right? So 73. 73, going to 74, it changed hands, and then it went into the gang direction. By the time then, I already stepped out of it.
Right.
I was doing martial art, fighting professional and all that stuff.
Y'all got older, had your families, y'all stepped out of it.
Yeah.
Right.
I had my daughter when I was 75. My daughter was born in 75.
We all had kids.
We all back then. Some people had kids earlier than others. Some people had kids at 68.
The meaning was that they lost the purpose of what we was doing this for. They wasn't no longer freedom fighters. They wasn't fighting for the neighborhood. They wanted to take advantage of the strength and start doing.
And what happened was we used to keep the drug dealers out. They didn't want to be in here. Junkies wouldn't be in here. What happened was when the hands switched hands.
Right.
One spade before that. Let me go back. Before that, once no spade could ever get high, intoxicated. Once they switched hands, they were drinking, smoking, shooting, everything else.
Well, I didn't know that. Y'all wasn't allowed to drink or get high?
We were soldiers, man.
We came from the Nation of Islam.
We didn't do none of that.
It was none of that, but after that, it was changed.
They became the drug addicts. They became the drug lords.
Wow.
Anthony Spades was drug lords. Big Willie's out here because they were Spades. They started taking off drug dealers. I mean, it just started getting backwards, and we didn't do that.
They was, first there was no drugs, then they started selling drugs, and then they were using drugs. They became the best customers. Now you look, I'm being for real with everybody that listen to me. Most spades that you look at when we go to reunion, everybody's in AA or NA. The second wave, not the first wave.
None of us. That's why we're here talking to you now. We had a different purpose to the cat.
We might have been incarcerated, but it wasn't crackinated.
You know, the first wave of us, we were so intelligent and so smart. Police couldn't catch us, people.
What do you mean?
We grew up like if the police caught you, we can't use you no more because that means you're stupid. It's a whole wide world out here, and the police just can catch up with you. That means you're not doing something right and you're dumb. So that means you can step off from us. We don't want you like that. We wasn't involved with the police like they used to chase us around, but they didn't know us like that.
But one thing about
we wasn't all locked up in Rikers Island and running the jail system back then. Absolutely not.
No, matter of fact, let me tell you a story. Spiky had a fight with the 5%ers. He went to jail. He was the only black spades inside with the 5%ers.
In the whole jail system, whole New York State jail system.
They got him, they beat him up. But he took some of them with him. They probably realized they beat on another black man. That's the whole thing. We wasn't trying to beat on another black man, but everybody else started to beat on the other black man, genocide it. You know, it was a whole different era after we stepped away. Because when, like I said, the power switched hands,
right?
So did philosophy.
Yeah, philosophy changed, the game changed.
So
nowadays.
So a real question: why y'all didn't try to, like, y'all to the older head, you know what I'm saying, space? Why y'all didn't put that in check? Why y'all didn't?
Because it was already ordained that this person would take it in their direction. So we was already out of that. So if you're not, you know, once you up there and once you leave,
it's over.
That's it. We still got blood. We still got spade blood in that. But that was that stuff what the gang was doing. We was trying to live life. Our battle, our war was done and won. They were still trying to make battles that wasn't there no more. They fighting windmills.
Okay.
We already beat all the dragons.
You saying like the segregation thing wasn't an issue no more? Like y'all, you know, Caucasian was in check. Like
we didn't have them coming in the project no more.
Right.
And the whole thing about it, they moved out the area.
Right.
So, and that's what happened. It changed around. Instead of doing community work, they started doing drug work. Philosophy changed completely. It did a 360 going backwards, not going forward. You know, we took 3 steps forward, that knocked us back 5.